Good morning. Today we are going to continue the poem The Mystic Drum, written by Gabriel Okara. I think all of you remembered well where we stopped. Let us continue the poem. And then the mystic drum in my inside stopped to beat, and men became men, fishes became fishes, and trees, the sun, and the moon found their places, and the dead went to the ground, and things began to grow. Let us go through the paraphrase of these lines. But later, as the mystic drum stopped beating, men became men, and fishes became fishes. Life now became dry, logical, and mechanical, thanks to Western scientific imperialism, and everything found its place. So we can say that Africans are forced to stop the beat of their drum. When the mystic drum stops its beat, we can see the changes throughout the entire nature in Africa. Fishes become fishes, men become men. All of them go back to their own state. They already lose their harmony. They don't have any unity among them. So here we can see that when the Western imperialism and colonialism start to control Africans, their life becomes dry, logical, and mechanical. It is the result of Western scientific imperialism. They already lose their own culture and tradition. Before that, their life was very colorful and energetic. They feel that they are living in this world. But after imperialism and colonialism, they started to live just like a mechanical process. They lose their harmony. They already lose their culture and tradition. They are forced to forget their own rituals. Then we can move to the next lines. And behind the tree she stood with roots sprouting from her feet and leaves growing on her head and smoke issuing from her nose. And her lips parted in her smile turned cavity, belching darkness. Then I packed my mystic drum and turned away, never to beat so loud anymore. First we can go through the glossary. All of you please take the page number 106 in your textbook. Smoke issuing from her nose. The enigmatic figure of woman unfixing its roots transforms into a horrible spectre with a cavity for mouth, belching darkness. The coming of the foreign ships was a matter of amusement and surprise for the natives in the beginning. However, with time, the real face of colonial supremacy emerges, engulfing the very life of the mainland into its darkness. When the poet concludes this poem, the mysterious figure of a woman fixes her roots into a horrible spectre with a cavity for mouth, belching darkness. Horrible spectre. Spectre means ghost. Belching means belching, emit. In the beginning of the poem, when the poet speaks about the presence of a lady who is standing behind a tree. We can't understand she is very dangerous. But when the days pass, at the concluding lines, we can understand she becomes a horrible ghost. She starts to emit the entire darkness in Africa. Her roots become very strong among Africans. She becomes very powerful. They can't avoid the presence of the lady very easily. I repeat, the lady represents Western imperialism and colonialism. At first, when the European ships reach in Africa, Africans are very happy. They start to enjoy in the arrival of new ships. But after this, they already recognize what is the reality. But it is too late. Colonialism controls Africans. It has the power to bury the very life of mainland into its darkness. Before the arrival of Europeans, Africans are enjoying their life. They have beautiful culture, tradition, folklore, rituals, symbols. They have a harmony with nature. But after the arrival of Europeans, turn into darkness. The smoke also suggests the pollution and destruction that resulted from the activities of the colonizers. We can see here the poet deliberately uses the word smoke. Actually, the smoke represents the pollution and destruction. It is the result of the activities of the colonizers. They start to spoil the harmony among Africans and nature. As the result, we can see the pollution and destruction in Africa. Then we can go through the two lines each. And behind the tree, she stood with roots sprouting from her feet and leaves growing. Leaves started sprouting on the woman. She started to flourish on the land. Gradually, her roots struck the ground. Have you remembered in the beginning, the lady who standing behind the tree? We can only understand her. She is smiling towards the rituals of Africans with disdain. The rest of the part of the lady is not visible for us. But when we reach at the concluding lines, we can see that leaves start to sprout on the woman. What it is sprout? Put out shoots. We can see the leaves start to sprout on the woman. It means colonialism and imperialism become strong in Africa. She started to flourish on the land. Flourish means grow in vigorous way. The lady starts to grow very fastly in Africa. In the sense, colonialism and imperialism becomes very strong in Africa. Then we can move to the next line. On her head and smoke issuing from her nose. I already told you smoke represents the pollution and the total destruction in Africa, spreading a kind of parched rationalism. Smoke issued from her lips and her lips parted in smile. The term smoke is also suggestive of the pollution caused by industrialization, and also the clouding of morals. We can see that here the spreading of parched rationalism. Parched means withered, dry out. Rationalism means the belief that actions and opinions should be based on reason rather than on emotion or religion. യുക്തിവാദം എന്ന് പറയും. So we can see that parched rationalism as the result of colonialism and imperialism in Africa. Here smoke suggests the pollution caused by industrialization. I already told you, Europeans start so many industries in Africa. They started to spoil the harmony among nature and Africans. They started to pollute Africa. As the result, we can see the clouding of morals, darkening of morals. Africans are forced to detach from their morals, their own culture, tradition, folklore and rituals. They are attracted by the Western culture at first. It is not an easy job. It is not easy to bring them back from the influence of Western culture. Then we can move to the next lines. And her lips parted in her smile turned activity, belching darkness. Then I packed my mystic drum and turned away, never to beat so loud anymore. Belching means emit. Ultimately, the speaker was left in belching darkness, completely cut off from the heart of his culture, and he packed off the mystic drum, not to beat loudly anymore. The belching darkness alludes to the futility and hollowness of the imposed existence. So we can see that finally the poet becomes in the darkness, the lady who spread the darkness in Africa. The lady represents Western imperialism and colonialism. Very slowly and powerfully they spread the darkness in Africa. As the result, Africans are forced to cut off from their own tradition and culture. They are forced to pack off the mystic drum. Very sadly, the poet recognizes it is not possible to beat the drum loudly because colonialism and imperialism spread the darkness throughout the entire Africa. We can go through the major elements of the poem once again. The outsider or a lady at first only has an objective role standing behind a tree. Eventually, she intrudes and tries to weave their spiritual life. The leaves around her waist are very much suggestive of Eve, who adorned the same after losing her innocence. We already identify the presence of an outsider or a lady in the beginning of the poem. The lady who is standing behind a tree. Very slowly, she starts to enter into the life of Africans. She starts to weave their spiritual life. Then we can see the presence of leaves around her waist. Actually, it symbolically represents Eve. I think all of you are very familiar with Eve. When Eve lost her innocence, she started to wear leaves as dress. Like that, a lady's body starts to cover with leaves when she loses her innocence. When she spreads the darkness in African's life, she starts to wear leaves. ഇമ്പീരിയലിസവും കൊളോണിയലിസവും റെപ്രസെൻ്റ് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ട് ഒരു സ്ത്രീയെ കവിതയിലേക്ക് കൊണ്ടുവരുമ്പോൾ വളരെ ചെറിയ തോതിൽ മാത്രമാണ് ആ ഒരു സാന്നിധ്യത്തിനെ പറ്റി ഗബ്രിയേൽ ഒക്കറ വിശദീകരിച്ചത്. Because she was standing behind a tree. When she starts to cover with leaves, we can see that she acts like a Eve. She lost her innocence. Leaves stop growing on the trees but only sprout on her head, signifying deforestation. The refrain reminds us again and again that this Eve turns out to be the Eve of Nigerian damnation. When the lady covers with the leaves, we can see that the trees already lose their leaves. Through these lines, the poet speaks about the deforestation in Africa. At the same time, she also reminds us Eve. Through the presence of this lady, we can see the total destruction of African culture and tradition. The Europeans start to spoil the harmony among Africans and nature. As the result, they are facing the deforestation. We can see the character Eve in the presence of a lady. So we can easily compare the character Eve with the lady in this poem. Both of them loses their innocence. They start to wear. Here the lady spoils the Africa completely. She spoils the beauty and culture of Africa completely. Okara mentions in one of his interviews that the mystic drum is essentially a love poem. This was a lady I loved, and she coyly was not responding directly, but I adored her. Her demeanor seemed to mask her true feelings. At a distance, she seemed adoring. However, on coming closer, she was after all not what she seemed. One of his interviews, Gabriel Okara says that the mystic drum is essentially a love poem. He falls in love with the lady in this poem. I repeat, the lady represents Western colonialism and imperialism. Africans are also attracted by Western culture. Even the lady is very mysterious. She did not respond directly. She was very shy in the beginning. But the poet says, I love her. Her demeanor seemed to mask her true feelings. Her attitude, actually it was a mask for her true feelings. Africans can't recognize it easily. But these pass, they become very closer. Then they identify the real attitude of Europeans. Have you remembered when the European ships reached in Africa? Africans were very happy because they didn't have any idea about Europeans. By taking the years, they already understood the reality. This lady may stand as an emblem that represents the lure of Western life. How it seemed appealing at first, but later came across as distasteful to the poet. That's why I already told you in the beginning, Africans have an attraction towards Europeans. But finally, they start to dislike Europeans, their attitude. We can say that is connecting with the heartbeats of poetic persona. Lady who smiles behind a tree signifies so many things. She is an outsider. Lady thinks that she has more rich culture, but in real sense, the colonized won't have their own culture. I think all of you remembered well the lady who stands behind the tree. She always smiles at the rituals of Africans with contempt. They feel it is hilarious one. But at the same time, the Europeans, they don't have any tradition and culture as their own. In this poem, we found that men, women and fishes are dancing on the beat of drum. It shows the connection of nature and humans, that they are dancing together. It also shows how powerful mystic drum is. Have you remembered those lines? When the beater starts to beat the drum, fishes, men and women, the entire things in nature, even dead, start to dance with the rhythm of drum. We can see the harmony among each and everything in nature. Can you imagine the power of the mystic drum? The rituals have a deep connection with the nature. In the poem, we found that when drum is beaten, men become fishes and fishes become men. But when mystic drum stopped beating, men become men and fishes become fishes. It reflects that life become dry and mechanical. When the Africans are rich with their culture and tradition, they can enjoy their life. But when their drum stops its beating, fishes turn back to fishes, men turn back to men. They already lose their harmony. They can't enjoy their life. Their life become dry and mechanical. There is no color in their life. Because of imperialism and colonialism, they are forced to live as a mechanical process. The African culture is connected with nature. The mystic drum invokes the sun, the moon, the river, gods, and the trees began to dance. I repeated several times, African culture has a deep connection with nature. When we go through their folklore rituals, we can see that they have the habit to invoke the sun, moon, gods, river through their mystic drum, and they start to dance with them. In the poem, lady is outsider and colonizer also. She is standing behind a tree. It shows because of industrial revolution, the trees and forests are cutting down. We can also connect the presence of a lady or outsider as a part of industrial revolution. I tell you, Europeans start so many industries in Africa. As the result, they pollute and destruct the entire nature in Africa. So we can see the deforestation in Africa. Poet says that the mystic drum is not beat loudly anymore because of industrialization. African culture destroys slowly. It means the Western people started ruling over Africa. We can say that lady is personification of industrialization. When the poem concludes, the poet says it is not possible to beat the drum loudly anymore. What is the reason behind it? Because of industrialization, they are forced to stop their culture, tradition, folklore and rituals. What is industrialization? It is the widespread development of industries in a region, country, culture, etc. Vyavasaya Valkaranam. As the result, Africans lost their own culture and tradition. So, here we can see that the lady is personified as industrialization. This is gift of colonialism and imperialism. Industrialization started sucking the land through their roots. The smoke comes from her lips suggests how much pollution is done by industrialization. I told you, Africans are forced to live under the colonialism and imperialism. Industrialization is also the part of this. As the result, Africans' life are turned in darkness. The mystic drum beating and Okra is hearing the music of Africa, the music of the country and the community, the indigenous people of the world. The African diaspora and woods inhabited by exotic fauna and diverse flora. They too must have a representation of on as art symbols. Through this drum beat, Okra is hearing the music of Africa, the music of their own country. Through this music, he speaks about the entire world, the entire indigenous people of the world. He is speaking about the African diaspora and the plants and animals in Africa. We can see that there are so many variety of animals and plants in Africa. They have a harmony with the nature. So through this mystic drum, Gabriel Okra speaks about the music of Africa, music of their own country. He also speaks about the entire indigenous people who have a harmony with the nature. His African music has really lured us, consoled the distraught soul. His myth is the myth of Africa, the myth of Nigeria, human life and the world. His motif is the motif of Africa, of Nigeria and all of mankind, which has its roots into nativity, local, natural, landscape and ancestral village houses. Through this poem, he speaks about the music of Africa. Definitely it has the power to attract us. It has the power to console us even we are in sorrow. He speaks about the myth and the symbol of Africa through this beautiful poem, The Mystic Drum. Africans have their own powerful landscape, tradition and culture. They are blessed with ancestral village houses. On reading the poem, there grows a desire to see folklore, folk paintings, handicrafts, art symbols. A desire to hear the folk songs and dancers and singers performing in their own folk attire and costumes. Definitely, I repeat, Africans have a very beautiful culture, tradition, folklore, rituals. Can you imagine the Africans are singing and dancing with their rituals, with their special costume and dress? Are you interested to watch it? Are you eager to know the details of their rituals? Definitely. Because we can understand the human beings well. We are literature students. Definitely we can feel the emotions, traditions, culture well, very easily than the others. The drum of Africa is not the drum of his, but the drum of Africa, the drum of Nigeria, and the tribesmen dancing and singing in hilarity, and the music overflowing the woods and the river banks and the villages. Through this poem, Gabriel Okara is speaking about the whole indigenous people in the world, about their own culture and tradition. Anyway, we can go through the woman, an outsider. Once again, the woman standing behind the tree may be his love for a Western beauty, the story of her annoyance or approval. Generally, the tribesmen like not to entertain the non-tribal guests and strangers during their dance performances held in the hamlets or the forest ranges. Actually, here the poet speaks about an outsider or a lady who is standing behind the tree. He also says at first he falls in love with that lady. The lady represents Europeans. He also feels attraction towards the culture of Europeans. But in real life, tribesmen, they are not at all entertaining the strangers to be the part of their folklore or their rituals or their dance performances. They will not allow us to enter into their own small villages. The refrain, the repetition of the stanza adds different meaning in different stages of the poem with the same nod. We can see that the lines are repeating. Have you remembered the lines? But standing behind a tree with leaves around her waist, she only smiled with a shake of her head. So this repetition gives a different stages of the poem with the same indication. The presence of European colonialism and imperialism. Here there is the argumentation between tradition and influences. There is no open references to the neo-colonialism or cultural imperialism. And Okara does not relate the problem of culture to the economic sphere. I hope all of you walked with Okara and you should go through the poem well. We will start the new poem in our next class. Thank you.